Hi guys, it's Annie. Welcome back to Bloom TV. Today I've got a really exciting video for you. I've got an unboxing video. This includes my Black Friday Book Outlet haul, which is this box here. Oh, it's a bit weighty. And then I also have this one from the Book Depository, and this could either be a Christmas present that I've got for someone, or it could be my Secret Santa gift, because I partook in a book Secret Santa this year on Tumblr through my book blog, and I partook in one last year, and it was so lovely and just a really nice experience. And I had a really lovely Secret Santa from Canada, actually, called Sarah, I think, and this year I'm partaking in one. I actually already know who my Secret Santa is through no fault of my Secret Santa. I partly guessed, but yeah, it's someone that I was actually already mutually following on Tumblr, which was so lovely. But I'm going to open this one last because I'm fairly sure that it is my gift, and I don't know which one it is, so I'm very excited to receive that. But the first thing I'm going to open is this Book Outlet order, and I've never ordered from Book Outlet before, but I was kind of like, they have a massive discount, and I bought quite a few presents. So here's the box. Here's me opening it. I've got sewing scissors right here, so these little things, which are like used for like doing embroidery threads and stuff, so this could go so well. I couldn't find my like usual scissors, so I was like, oh, these will do. There. I have seen the book. I hope these are all okay. I can't remember if I got any scratch and dent ones or not. I only got 8 books, and 2 of these are actually gifts for my friend. So Catherine, if you're watching this, stop watching now, because this is going to include your Christmas presents. So I've opened it up, and I have got Buku, the brown paper. Woo, they're all here. Right, the first book I got is The Promise of Amazing by Robin Constantine, and this is a contemporary book about a girl and a boy, and that is kind of it. I don't think there's kind of any unique premise for this, and if there is, I've forgotten it. But I just thought this sounded sweet, and at the time of placing this order, I was in the mood for something exactly like this. Something kind of really sweet and lovely, and just something that I could fly through in the midst of all like my fantasy books that I tend to read. So yeah, I really wanted to read this. And this has quite good ratings on Goodreads, I think. So yes, that was exciting. Oh gosh, where am I going to put these? On the floor. I'm so prepared for this video. Like, I came home, saw that there were book packages, and we're like, time for an unboxing. Oh, here's an actual thing telling me how much money I spent. Don't need to look at that. Shipping was outrageous for this. Shipping cost me $50. But I mean, when adding on to the price of the books, it was fine. But still, Book Outlet, you need to change your international shipping. That is the complaint that I do have. The next book I have is Meant to Be by Lauren Muriel, and this has one of the most gorgeous covers ever. I think this might be a new release, because I remember this coming out, and I was fairly interested in it. And I know it's kind of, again, a contemporary love story about a girl and a boy, except they are in London, or they meet in London. He possibly might be British, I'm not sure. As you can see, there's Big Ben in the background, so I kind of knew it was set in London. It might have a kind of Just One Day by Gail Forman feel. That's what I kind of gathered when reading the summary on the Book Outlet. And yeah, I remember being quite excited about this, and it was on my Amazon wishlist for quite a long time until I removed it, because I had to go through and have like a cleanse of my Amazon wishlist because it was so long. But yes, this one, I'm really excited to read this. They had autographed copies on Book Outlet, and I was kind of umming and ahhing as to whether to get it or not, but it was like $6, and I was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to enjoy it, so don't want to spend like quite a lot of money on something that I might not enjoy. $6 isn't even that much, because it was an autographed hardback, but you know. And the next book I have is for my friend, and it's a book I've already read, and it is The Winner's Curse by, I always struggle with this name, Marie Rutkotsky. I tried. As you probably know, if you've seen my wrap-ups and hauls, I bought this in paperback. a couple of months ago in October, I think, and read it and really, really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 stars. So I decided, my friend, it's got deckled edges. Oh, that's nice. My friend doesn't actually read a lot of fantasy, and I thought this is like a really good book. The main heroine of this is called Kestrel, and it's kind of got a fantasy that reads quite like a historical novel, kind of like with Roman/Grecian elements, and kind of it's about her, and she is very like, there's a slave trade because her country invaded this other country and now they live there and they're conquerors, and the national people in this country they have made into slaves, and she gets involved in the slave market and ends up buying the slave, even though she's really doesn't really like the slave trade. She thinks it's awful, and she ends up buying this slave for no real reason, and it's just kind of about that, and it sets off from there. And Kestrel is I loved her as a character. I thought she was really refreshing for YA because she was just very logical and strategic and intelligent. And I'm not saying YA protagonists aren't intelligent, because they are, but this was like a different kind of intelligent kind of, it was very obvious from the way that she thought, and it was just very interesting seeing inside her brain. And my friend who I'm getting this for is also kind of similar, and I thought this might be quite a good book for her to get her into fantasy, because I'm trying to get everyone to read fantasy now, and this is YA fantasy, and it might be a good element. And I really did enjoy this book because I've already pre-ordered the second one, which comes out in March. So that is the next book I bought, but not for myself. And then the next book I have is so pretty, and it is Born of Illusion by Terry Brown, and this has like a matte cover, and this kind of had, when I read this is for me, and I'll say the other one that I bought for my other friend, and it kind of had a diviners feel to it when I read the synopsis on the back. And it's about this girl who performs with her mother as an assistant, or her mother is kind of like a fake kind of magician, but her mum doesn't know that our main protagonist can actually do magic herself, and it kind of goes from there. And it's set in 1920s New York, which is kind of what gave me the diviners kind of vibe, and I think she might be able to have psychic powers, and I'm just really excited to read this. I've heard really good things about it, and it had quite high ratings. It's another one with deckled edges. There's like a mark on it. Oh well, it's not on the spine or anything. No, I don't think this was even this wasn't even a scratch and dent one, but oh well, you're not going to be able to see that, and that kind of thing doesn't really bother me. But yeah, really excited to read this. We'll probably read quite a few of these in the following weeks, so I'll report back on this one. I'm building a pile of books, guys. More paper. Woohoo! This would be really nice wrapping paper. Random thought. The next book I have is something I'm really excited to read, and it is For Darkness Shows the Stars by Diana Peter-Friend. Oh gosh, I tried. This is a retelling of Persuasion by Jane Austen, aka one of my favourite classic writers ever, and generally one of my favourite authors. Persuasion is a book which I don't feel has not a lot of acclaim, but I feel it's not as popular as, say, like Pride and Prejudice or Sense and Sensibility or Emma, perhaps. And Persuasion's kind of this one that's slightly ignored, and it's actually one of the first Jane Austen novels I read. I think I might have read it third. I definitely read it before Emma. Maybe because I read Pride and Prejudice first, then I read Northanger Abbey, and then I read Persuasion. So it was one of the earlier ones that I read, probably when I was about 14. And I know this is kind of a sci-fi / dystopian retelling. I think from the cover, it's kind of a space retelling. Kind of like these Broken Stars-esque, and I'm just so excited to read this and kind of see the comparisons to Persuasion. And yeah, I just hadn't really heard much about it, but I had seen it on someone's YouTube channel. I think it was actually Thoughts in Tomes, or someone. I will link her channel down below because it's one of my favourites, and she hauled this, and I was like, that sounds all good to me. Everything I'd enjoy. And then the next book I have is one that I was very much excited for. I think this is like the one that I was most excited for in this haul, and it is Something Strange and Deadly by Susan Dennard, and this is a kind of paranormally Victorian romance. It's I think it's set in the 1800s or early 1900s. Could be wrong. This cover is so beautiful. I really love it. I kind of wish I'd got it in hardback because I think the last one's come out, and the spine is so nice as well. So that's kind of the rough synopsis I have for this. But I've just heard really, really excellent things about this series, so I'm really excited to read it, and if I enjoy it, I will definitely be continuing on. Oh, Mary Lou. Oh, it's comparisons have been made to Clockwork Angel, and also Mary Lou has given a blurb for the back. So, I can really go no wrong with this book. And then, they're falling over. The second to last one I have is Defiance by CJ Redwine, and this is another one that's got slightly bent. But to be fair, it's one of these kind of cheaper paperbacks, so I kind of expect it. All these covers kind of have the same thing in that they're really beautiful. This one is a kind of YA fantasy / dystopian read, I think, and that is all I know about it, other than it's kind of an adventure one, and it's kind of set in this like fantasy / dystopian world. That's all I know, and I know that a lot of people really enjoy this series, and that it's got a sequel. So definitely be reading this soon. Very excited to read it. And then, the last book I have in this package is the second one from my friend, and it is the aforementioned Persuasion by Jane Austen. My friend is like another lover of Jane Austen, and she hasn't read this one yet, so I was like gonna buy it for her, and these covers are so beautiful. I really wanted to get the Jane Eyre one, which they have on the back, and where is it? There. These are all the editions. They're all in this kind of same collection, published by Harper Teen. And the Jane Eyre one was so beautiful, but I couldn't really justify it because I've already got a really lovely edition of Jane Eyre, and so is my friend. And all these covers are so gorgeous. I really wanted to buy quite a few of them, but I tried to kind of stop myself. I try to be good, but they're so lovely. And Persuasion is, as I said before, one of the lesser known Jane Austen novels, and it tells the story of Anne Elliot, who a couple of years before this story takes place rejected a man called Captain Wentworth, because it was, I think, from what I remember, she broke off her engagement from him because he was too poor and kind of a bit low for her status, and a couple of years later she is still single and they meet again, and it just kind of tells that story, and it's kind of like a second chance love, and I really enjoyed it when I read it, and now I really want to reread it because I can't really remember what happens, but I do remember they go to the seaside and there's a walk in the seaside and someone sprains their ankle. I can remember that much. So yeah, I'm going to give this to my friend, and I really hope she enjoys it because it's quite a short one, and I think, these editions are so nice. They're very like spaced out, like with nice spacing, which you don't always get in classics. So I'd really very much recommend these editions if you want a nice paperback for a classic, because they're really lovely. And the last book I have is another one, and let's see if this is... Okay, here it is. It's from Book Depository, which is what makes me... I did actually put in a Book Depository order, but the only one I've got left to arrive is a hardback, so I don't think this is it. I have no idea what this is. Oh my god! Sorry. There's like a little reenactment. It's The Girl of Fire and Thorns by Ray Carson. I've been wanting to read this so much. This is definitely from my Secret Santa. Thank you so much. Gosh, I know her Tumblr is Introverted Bookworm 24, and I'm really bad and don't know her name, but I will definitely be sending you a message if you're watching this. Thank you so much. I've been wanting to read this series for a very, very long time. Oh my gosh, even Tamara Pierce has blurbed it. Just everything I hear. I mean, Lindsay Ray has just finished this trilogy, and if you don't know, it's a YA fantasy trilogy, and this is the first book, and I'm so excited. It's supposed to explore really amazing themes and kind of deals with religion and like just a coming of age story, but in a fantasy setting, and I am all about that. And oh gosh, Cinda Williams-Chimer has also blurbed this, so you can do no wrong really, if Cinda Williams-Chimer has blurbed it, because I really love her writing. So highly, highly excited to read this, and thank you so much, lovely Secret Santa, who I don't know the name of but know your Tumblr username. Yee, thank you. So those are all the books that I got in my Book Outlet haul, and my Secret Santa one, and this is definitely going to be my last haul until Christmas. Right, I know I'm saying that, but I know I filmed 2 hauls and one of them hasn't gone up yet, but it's a classics haul which I wasn't really foreseeing because my neighbour gave me all these free books, so I don't know which one of these I'm going to upload first. Because I both haven't uploaded, of course, this one and the other one. So this and my classics haul will be the last hauls before my Christmas book haul, and then that will be all the Christmas and holiday loveliness. So thank you all so much for watching, and I didn't say at the beginning, but apologies for the bad lighting. It's only 4 o'clock in Britain at the moment, and it's just dark. So I've had to turn my lights on. That's why it's horrific. I hope you've all had a lovely day and are having a really lovely week, and I will see you all soon. Bye!